but it's all going to happen now on Mango Tree Hill. This is a 14.5% grade, 275 metres to the top. So let's see what happens here.
That is a very, very... It doesn't look like that on television, but that is a very, very steep hill. My golf buggy has trouble getting up that hill. And Varga looks like he's got quite the... he's really powered up that hill. He's actually extended his lead rather than lost it, and that is surprising. He certainly spent a lot of time on the bike in the or around the island during the week. He was one of the first to get here, and it looks like it's paying off.
This is the descent down Stalls Road. You look for the guys to put themselves in good position. I saw a couple of them still putting on their shoes. So it's interesting to see them come through here. They're going to come straight past the transition area to finish lap 1.
Very, very fast.
That's the sweeping right-hander and back up Mango Tree Hill. And this will start to pinch about 3 or 4 laps into this.
If you're brave, well, then you can make up time.
Yeah, and Alistair Brownlee is in 17th position. I don't think Alistair's been this far back in a race in years, especially on the bike. He's usually up front with Richard Varga, but this short, aggressive racing, he got a poor start, I thought. He was usually up with Varga, and it's cost him, and to move up will be very, very difficult for Alistair.
This is what Super League is all about, isn't it? Alistair in 17th, Javi Gomez, the 5-time world champion, in 19th after 1 lap on the bike. Siggy. We've lost Siggy Ragnarsson. We thought maybe he had a little problem. We're not quite sure exactly what has happened, but he looks to be in quite a little bit of pain. We'll try and find out maybe from Robbie what's going to happen as we see Ben Shaw come barreling into the 3rd lap. Ben Shaw pushing up there alongside Richard Varga, who's come back to the pack. Shaw looks like he certainly means business. Andreas Salversberg is there in 3rd. Christian Blumenfeld, we mentioned, and Jake Birtwistle in 5th with Ryan Fisher as well, who he does a lot of training with.
These guys are super fast, but they're finding these tough, tight conditions very difficult. The Ironman athletes are used to that straight shoot, straight open roads, but it's this tight right-hand turn that a lot of the athletes are having a lot of difficulty with. You watch as they hit Mango Tree Hill, it splits up and comes back together, so that right-hander is becoming a very, very important part of this race.
The only flat section there, or only reprieve I think they're going to get in this whole 3 days is that airport, and that probably only lasts a good 2 kilometres.
And that guy on screen there is a long course athlete. Who would have thought that a 70.3 star, Josh Amberger, would be mixing it up with guys at this sort of distance? He's a superstar in my opinion, young Josh, an Australian, came out of the Australian Federation. He put his hand up and said, I want to dive in the deep end and race these guys, and look at him on the front, driving the pace, and look at Alistair Brownlee.
It's nice to see him hurting.
Look at that.
He is hurting. He's part of the pack, towards the back of the pack, about 4 seconds back in 13th at the moment. And there's 16 people in this lead pack. You can see on the chopper shot right there. And people that we've lost off the back include Brett McMahon, Matty Hauser, who's finding it difficult, Dimitri Polyansky, who led out the run. He's now 24 seconds back on the bike. So he's had a very tough time. As
Ben Shaw's going off the front.
For Ben Shaw.
He is being super aggressive. I hope he knows he's got 2 more races to go, because he has been attacking them every chance he has. And I guess if you ever see Alistair Brownlee on the back with a grimace, if you're an opportunist, you put the knife in there. You have. Very interested to see Javier Gomez has stayed right out of trouble, but he's been sitting about 4th or 5th world. Alistair Brownlee has not got off the back of this bike pack, and that's not by choice, in my opinion. He's stuck there. He can't move up. Christian Blumenfeld leading them in.
Transition, Blumenfeld leading them in from Ryan Fisher and Richard Varga, and then a whole host coming in.